Hello, welcome to Bluebell Storytime Online. I'm Miss Mandi from the B.B. Comer Memorial Library here in Sylacauga. The next several story times we're going to be talking about different colors. And the color I chose today is green. And I'm going to read one of my favorite books about green, and that is Picky Mrs. Pickle. I'd like to thank the author, Christine Schneider, the publisher, Walker and Company. I'd like to thank them for allowing me to share the book with you. Picky Mrs. Pickle. Picky Mrs. Pickle won't try anything at all. Nothing but green dresses fill her closet in the hall. She has her favorite color and her favorite pickle pie. She has a favorite perfume too. No others will she buy. She won't try a new hairdo and she won't try a new hat. She likes the way her house looks with the green lawn nice and flat. When Picky Mrs. Pickle makes a visit to the zoo, she won't go look at anything except the hairy gnu. She buys a lot of pretty shoes. In fact, she can't keep track. There's minty green and grassy green, but never red or black. Picky Mrs. Pickle won't make any brand new friends. It's far too hard. It's too much work. She's happy to pretend. I like the things I like, she says. I'm very sure of that. I needn't ever change because I'm happy where I'm at. Even her own family knows it's useless to point out that pickles and green shoes are not what life is all about. Little Sophie Clare, however, always speaks her mind. She's Mrs. Pickle's youngest niece, and she's one of a kind. Every Sunday afternoon, the two walk hand in hand, down the road and up one block to Igor's ice cream stand. Every week they disagree when Sophie begs her aunt to try a different flavor, like tomato or eggplant. How do you know if you won't try a new kind of ice cream that you wouldn't like it better than you ever even dreamed? She tells her aunt her attitude is silly and unfair. I think you won't try something new because you're just plain scared. This week was not a different one. They argued just the same, but stubborn Sophie stood her ground and once again took aim. If you just try a tiny bite, I'll make a deal with you. I'll walk your dog for 1 whole year and polish all your shoes. Picky Mrs. Pickle couldn't pass up such a trade. She finally got her nerve up and she thought, I'm not afraid. A scoop of eggplant ripple, please, she swallowed hard and asked. She closed her eyes, she licked a lick, and then she gasped a gasp. Surprise, surprise, you'll never guess. She liked it even more than any ice cream cake or pie she'd ever had before. My, this is strange. How could this be? I thought it would taste bad. I thought I only liked the things that I'd already had. I'll learn to dance. I'll learn to paint. I'll learn how to speak French. I have a thirst to try new things that never can be quenched. New things to try, new friends to make. No wonder I was bored. Now Picky Mrs. Pickle isn't picky anymore. And there she is learning to dance, the rutabaga rumba. Well, she tried some new things besides her green things she liked, and she found she liked them. Now I want you to sing a song with me about 5 green and speckled frogs. Okay, you may know this. Hold up your 5 fingers. 5 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were 4 green speckled frogs. Ribbit, ribbit. 4 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were 3 green speckled frogs. Ribbit, ribbit. 3 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were 2 green speckled frogs. Ribbit, ribbit. 2 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there was 1 green speckled frog. Ribbit, ribbit. 1 green and speckled frog sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. He jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Then there were no green speckled frogs. All right, good job. The next book about green is called Green Pants. This is a fun story about a little boy. I'd like to thank the author, Kenneth Kraegel, and the publisher, Candlewick Press, for allowing me to share the book with you. All right, Green Pants. Jameson only ever wore green pants. When he wore green pants, he could do anything. He could dunk. Goodness. He could dive. And he could dance. Look at him go. Sometimes people tried to get Jameson to wear pants of a different color. But one way or another, Jameson made sure they didn't end up in his closet. I think one ended up on that little dog, one pair. One day, Jameson's cousin, Armando, came by with his fiancée, Jo. Jo had the nicest smile Jameson had ever seen, and her eyes seemed to sparkle like the autumn sun shining upon a running river. "Hey, Jameson, we have a question for you," Armando said. "Would you like to be in our wedding?" Jo asked. "Absolutely," Jameson replied, staring deeply into Jo's bright eyes. The next morning, Jameson's mother said, "You know, being in a wedding is a big deal. There will be a lot of standing." "No problem," Jameson said. "And you'll have to smile nicely for all the photos." "No problem." "And you'll have to use your best manners at dinner." "No problem." "And one more thing," his mother said slowly. "You will have to wear a tuxedo." "Okay," Jameson nodded. "No problem." "Jameson, the tuxedo will be black." "What?" Jameson gasped. "Black pants? Black? Are you sure?" "Yes, I'm afraid so." At the tuxedo fitting, Jameson rejected every pair of black pants that he was given to try. But he was quite impressed with how striking his green pants looked with the rest of the tuxedo. His mother, however, remained firm. "If you want to be in the wedding, you'll have to wear black pants." The day of the wedding came, and Jameson still hadn't made up his mind. "I'm sorry you have to choose," his mom said, "but I'm afraid you must." "But how?" Jameson cried. "It's impossible." But all too soon it was time. "Okay, Jameson," his mother said moments before the wedding began. "This is it. Have you decided?" "No." "Well, it is a tough decision, but I know you can figure it out." She kissed his forehead and went inside. Jameson sank in despair. "But how? How do I make such a decision? Ah!" He is having a hard time. Just then Jo appeared. Her hair played happily in the sunny breeze. Her eyes shone like the summer stars, and her smile warmed his very soul. "Hey, Jameson, I'm so glad you're here. I'll see you inside." And as quickly as she'd appeared, she was gone. Jo's soft, sweet voice lingered in the air, and in that golden moment, Jameson's choice became clear. The wedding began and Jameson appeared right on cue, looking quite dashing in his tuxedo. During the ceremony, Jameson stood very still. Afterward, he posed for every picture with perfect charm and grace. And at dinner, he was pleasant and courteous, and his manners were impeccable. But the moment the dance music began, a pair of black pants fell to the floor. And Jameson danced like no one has ever danced before. Oh, he came up with a good plan to still wear his green pants, but to make Joe happy. Thank you so much for joining me at this green story time. Look for green around your house, all right? Hope to see you next time.